Yeah. We are back. Love to be here by the graces of the powers that be. We are back again. Hush, I'm sorry. Saucy and Hush on the couch. We gotta get out of that male dominant mindset. It's Saucy and Hush on the couch. You know, women can lead as well. It's almost imperative for some of you. Might need them to lead. So there's nothing wrong with them beginning the bomber clap. What's up, Saucy? Looking all saucistic. Talk to the people.
Good evening. Welcome to episode 15. As I always state, you can hit us up on our email, saucyandhush@gmail.com. You can also DM us. Mine is Saucy or More, and Hush is how you stop them. If you have anything you want us to discuss, talk about our opinion on, you can shoot us on any three of those email and DMs.
Thank you. That was most prestigious. We are also represented tonight by Know the Fucking Vibes. You know what I'm saying? That's a clothing line that, you have to hit us up to know more. So we represent in black and it's dope. First,
this is I found out today. I want to send my deepest condolence to Freeway. His daughter Harmony passed away from cancer.
I didn't know this.
I follow him.
Me too. Shout out Philadelphia Freeway.
She's been in and out the hospital for the last couple of months, and when I seen him post that, it kind of like took me by surprise, because even when he did post videos of her, she was always in good spirits. She was 21. I don't know what cancer she had, but to have to bury a child, I sometimes at night say to myself, I don't want to leave my kids. I don't want to leave my kids, while they're young, but we also, as parents, we don't want to bury our child. So that kind of like, I have family members that passed from cancer, but for a child, it's just really hit me. So, my condolences to him, to Harmony's family, everybody who's grieving her loss. I just wanted to say that.
Wow, good like info to get out there, because I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I follow him, but I didn't even know that he was going through this. So my definitely condolences, and damn, that one caught me off guard, I must say. I'm usually on point. So good call, and definitely worth a time out to take to mention that. I'm gonna need that because give another rest in peace to Halyna Hutchins. Am I saying it right? She was a cameraman / photographer, Halyna Hutchins, and she was 42, and she was shot by Alec Baldwin accidentally in a movie called Rust. So she died doing what she loved, I presume, based on everything everybody was saying about her. Big rest in peace, huge rest in peace. And I gotta be honest, would I have watched the movie otherwise? I don't know. It would have came across my path. But I now want to see it if they finish it and put it out. It reminds me of the time with Brandon Lee and The Crow. And it's just really sad to die doing something you love, especially if you're not a firefighter or a policeman. You know what I mean? Not to target them, but those are more areas where it's not as surprising than to be on film shooting and all of that, literally. So rest in peace to both No comparisons, just giving that as a shout out, and prayers are with all families. What you got for them? You want to shoot that shot about Coi Leray wearing the waist trainer, and she weighs minus 10 pounds? Why do y'all do that?
No, I understand it's for promotional, she's right now the hottest thing right now. And I understand you guys.
Not hotter than the stallion.
Well, right now she's popping right now. When Megan come out with something else, okay. But right now, she's, doing her thing. So I understand, what waist. She was wearing one of what waist, crochet waist trainers, I don't know. But I wear them too. I wear them because I need them. When I eat too much and my waist is, a little bloated, but I can't stand when you guys use these smaller women to advertise your product. That is false advertising. I don't care what nobody says. I'm not trying to throw shade, at the end of the day, like, what does she got it on for? And a lot of people were saying the same thing, but I mean, it is what it is. Even when I go onto these websites and I see the smaller women wearing the workout things, and I'm like, did they really work out? I like to see more people who are needing it, wearing it, and I want to see the results. That's what I would do, but to each his own. Yeah.
It's a business promotion deal, and I'm sure contracts were signed, and she's trying to get that bag. So she's saying she don't care, but it is misleading in business because you're trying to sell this product. And how encouraging is it to buy it when you're already showing it on someone who's there already? The key is to get people. You should have had the biggest person you could find. Maybe I dragged that, but still, bigger than that.
Curvier. Because, even Toya Johnson, she wears them, and she shows herself working out. And then also, trying to think who else I've seen that's curvy and wore them. I mean, besides me, I wear it all the time. But, yeah, it's whatever. But that's their business strategy, and it is what it is. But, a lot of people were like, okay. But anyway, also, we're going to dive right into this whole thing that I saw first I saw it on Facebook. I forgot the young lady's name and the man's name.
Wait, you're jumping into your hot topics. Let me say one last thing. Raven Barmer Simmons come out as 15th child of DMX, asking for a piece of the pot. So now lately, most recently, they're discussing his estate, and this is supposed to be another child by the ex. Are we gonna do this? Is this like the opposite of the Bill Cosby thing with women coming forward that he touched? So now these are kids coming forward. I'm not gonna say that's not his real daughter, but damn, then my name is Stanley Mark Simmons. He owes me a piece of the pot as well.
Oh my God.
What is your take on this with kids coming out after the parent deceased? I mean, it can happen, all jokes aside, but what's your take on this real quick and then jump into your shit? Rest in peace, X. Love you, boy.
Get your ass on my damn cup. You gonna drink too? Listen, it is what it is. It's technology now. We're gonna get a paternity test. And if it is what it is, hey, then that child is entitled to whatever DMX left. But I'm not giving anything without a paternity test. Because people think even if it's not true, and people think if you come out afterwards that you can't take the weight, this is 2021. We can find out.
I think, you don't think COVID has it backed up?
Backed
up.
That,
well, with that kind of money at that
exactly.
stage of the game, they're skipping the line.
Exactly. And even if it was COVID, you're not getting anything until a paternity test. That's that person's right. Whoever is in charge of the state and all that, that is that estate's right to request a paternity test. Because where have you been, sis? How old is the person? The child? You said 15?
No, she's number 15.
Oh, so yeah. So you know what? Yeah, that's my take on it. And if it is his child, then it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a quick photo. I mean, what the hell? We can't go off that because any look can be a look. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see if we could get an age on that. Many kids with DMX had 15 kids during his lifetime. They range from 1 to 28. Below is a list of names. Ooh, is she on this list? I don't think so. Xavier, Praise Mary, Ella, Sean, Tacoma, Exodus. He named the album that, wow. Sasha, Zaria and Emmanuel. Jesus. I don't know. Sonova. Hillman Jr. He looks like he's carrying a child there.
Junior.
Aiden and Kaden Simmons. Jada Odin Simmons. Aaliyah Simmons, that makes sense. Michelle Walton Simmons. God damn. Javon Wayne Simmons. You could put all these niggas on Family Feud. Twice. All right, I'm done there. But I don't see her name here. I was trying to get an age. Maybe that is not obtainable.
So it's a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Oh, okay. Please
No, I said the name. I have to go back to the messages. Raven Barbara Simmons.
Okay, yeah. My bad. I wasn't ready.
I just didn't put that in the Safari hunt. I couldn't remember the Raven part. Raven Barmer Simmons, right here. Georgia woman comes forward claiming. So she's in Georgia. Oh, 16th child. So she claims to be the 16th and he has 15th confirmed. Oh, I don't know. They're bouncing back and forth between if it's a 15 or 16. We're confusing the audience. I apologize. DMX was getting busy. And he tried to, like Jay said, try to get a he got a we don't know. So go into what you're going, because I'd have to come back to that at some point. Go in.
That's a lot. Okay. So, this is a little interesting topic. I saw on Facebook that a young lady who was 18 got married to her godfather, who is 46 years old.
As she gasps for air and breath. Are we more thrown by the age difference or the fact that it's the godfather?
The godfather. Because I'm not going to say...
How old is she again?
18. Because in other cultures, and it's in other cultures, kids get married younger than that to older men because that is their culture. I don't agree with it at all. That is just mind-boggling to me because I have a 17-year-old, and if she told me she was marrying at 18 a godfather, or somebody I knew that was a good friend, I'm losing my mother flipping mind. I'm going to jail. I know.
So it'll be like the movie The Godfather.
I've trying to go back and see what's the issue. I know she had her mom was going off on live. The mom said it's just so much drama. The girl going on live, she's just I just can't.
You don't know about this one.
I can't wrap my mind around that. Like, first of all, to me, you're a pedophile. You are a pedophile because you've been in this young lady's life since she's been born, and you marry her.
When people need Jesus, but again, I don't know. I'm at odds in here. The age bothers me. The Godfather title bothers me. I started to be like a little joke because back in the day, or even now still, there are relatives who are closer in age. Like there's godparents that's like a year or two older than their godchild or whatever. I mean, godfather, godmother, godchild, that's not actual blood. The difference in the age, and like you pointing out about him being in her life, her whole life, that's where it's a little more of a tough pill to swallow that you would go there.
So were you plotting on her from young? How long has it, when did you start having sex with her? Is my question.
Oh boy.
I know the daughter's having, it sounds like she has some issues. You know, her father probably not being in her life, and she probably got closer to him. She's needing, I know what it feels like to want attention from a man in your life, especially if your father hasn't been there at all or not frequently. Then if the mother, she's saying the mother was on drugs, so she had a troubled life. So you basically preyed on this young lady, the emotions, the things that she was going into her life, saying, I will take care of you, and married her. So no one can say, oh, you basically molesting her because now you guys are married. That is sick.
Do you know where this is at?
I remember reading on, I forgot.
But
I think
we just know it's not New York, right?
I don't know. No, she has an accent. So a southern accent. So it's not New York. Even the mother has a southern accent. It either has to be Florida or Georgia. I think when I was on the line and reading, and even I went into the sister who is the sister of the man. She's like, she can't believe it. The daughter, the wife is going on live. She's trying to defend it, but she sounds ignorant and stupid. And it's just like, I feel bad for her. And this is why it's like, I get on my children hard because I see things like this. Men prey on little girls who are not stable. When you're not stable, you got issues going on in your life. You looking for somebody to talk to, and what would you do?
No, you're not gonna make me Michael Myers tonight. It is a sad thing to say because you look at it like he's preying on the weak, they're preying on the weak, but they're just as weak. So they're looking for something weaker.
To control. Exactly.
Because common sense and morality and all the good shit that we hope a percentage of this world obtains would say something's wrong here. I am this, this, and this. Why would I need to go there? That's some small ass parameters, a small mind, a closed in mind, just a sick person that thinks that this is the easy way out.
Mm-hmm. She's probably easily, like I said, easily to manipulate. He probably
remix. Say that again. It's blip.
It's my lip.
No, but all jokes aside, you know what I'm saying? It's blip. But the thinking is crazy, and we just having a little fun, like trying to bring some silliness to some sick shit.
Cause that's very sick. I can't, like I said, I have a 17-year-old, and she be 18 and 6 months, and she told me she was marrying somebody older than me.
Are you saying you trying to say if we could catch it in the act before it go down, or we find out after it's done already?
I don't even, the girl is so far gone, even if her mama knew about it, it was no, she's like, the girl's like, I don't care, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. Like, she's so far gone, like, she's so brainwashed that you couldn't even stop it if you wanted to. She was gonna do what she wanna do. It's just
so hard. I gotta play devil's advocate. Does she live at home?
No.
Does she provide for herself? She works and
that I don't know. I'm pretty sure the guys didn't for her.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm not justifying this. What I'm saying is, she's not under the roof of her parents.
Correct. She did say she left her house at 16. She left her mama's house at 16.
And if she was able to get any bag by herself in that time frame of some independence, psychotic mentally, she figures she's grown, she can make her own choice.
And she is. At 18, you are legally grown.
Once you leave home, it's your choice.
At 18, you are legally. I don't care if my daughter is not here with me, but you're still not grown yet. You're not grown yet.
No, I'm trying to enter the minds of, because even though she's the victim, she's still making not choice decisions. Mm-hmm. She's still a victim, like you said. He preys on that, probably, most likely. With her confiding in him, wasn't the goal on her end, or we don't know. But I know what it's like to be that age and think that every choice you make is right.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
And it's not, because you're learning. Because growing into adult and getting that title under your belt, that's just the beginning. Because you learn as an adult till you die. There's always some shit that you be like, yo, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's never over. So when you first enter adulthood, you can't really, being cocky is not the answer, because you're still filling shit out. I think personally, no matter what devil's advocate, how many angles I take from it, again, it's a double whammy, because it's like the Godfather and the age. You know what I mean? So you really don't have a strong argument here to get the majority of people to think that this is okay. You probably would survey the people who are in similar situations. Like you said, if the father was absent, a lot of these women that's with older men, these are the reasons. Mm-hmm. But damn, it could have been anybody else. Sis, you could have been with a 40-something-year-old man that wasn't your godfather. But again, we don't know the real inside scoop. So, what do you close on that with?
I pray for the best for her, in that situation. And if this is what she wants to do, I hope he really is doing right by her. I mean, 'cause at this point, we can have an opinion, we can hope but she's gonna do what she wanna do. She's already married, but this is why we have to be so strong on our children, not even just girls, our children in general, because there are women who do this to boys as well. So
Nobody would have beefed if it was vice versa, though.
yes.
I don't mean you. This is not the time. Don't get personal. What I'm saying is, if we hear, guys especially, hear that an 18-year-old boy is marrying his 40-some-year-old godmother, some may praise that.
And that's crazy. That's crazy. But you're right.
But listen, defense, I'm gonna dig deep right here. Be honest, and I know you're gonna go in. When a man manipulates a woman like that, he's older and he enticing or whatever, what is his intentions is the question. Because he may take care of her. He may spend on her, make her feel whatever she feels that's empty. So, cool. When a woman is the older party and she's manipulating the guy, women could defend that they may really mean it and they may really be nurturing and be the best fit for this guy in their mind. So if the argument's on the table for both scenarios, the woman's side is gonna get a little leniency, don't lie. If you put both scenarios on the table, you can criticize both, we're still gonna get on the fact that they're the godmother, godfather, 45 versus 18. But the defenses say the woman is less malicious in these scenarios, or viewed as less malicious than a man is. I mean, you can break this up any way you want. You could disagree with it. I didn't say it's written in blood. I'm just saying, I feel like you know where I'm going with as far as women getting leniency and shit. So would that apply here?
I agree with that. If a woman was doing it, we probably wouldn't have heard about it unless someone brought it to somebody's attention. And I think we heard about it because someone brought it to our attention and then it got viral. Because I'm pretty sure if no one said anything about it, we wouldn't have known about it. Because this is happening on a regular basis. I'm pretty sure it's happening on a regular basis. It's a big ass world. And like I said, even in certain religion, it's happening at a younger age. What is it? I don't know if the Amish do that. The Amish or the whatever. Anyway. But anyway, so yeah. To me, it's messed up in woman or man.
Because it's an easy breakdown. Because what happens with rape? When a woman is raped, calling all cars. Not to clown it, it should be that type of time. It should be that type of energy. Mm-hmm. Find who the fuck did it. When a man says he got raped, oh, come on, man. Mm-hmm. That's not rape. If a guy complains about that, he's not into women. I'm not going to use the terminology. Mm-hmm. He's not into, you know what I mean? So the narrative is set in some ways. So that will fuel some shit like this. And it'll be a big debate. Like people would debate. You may still have some good, solid people that's going to say, no, both scenarios are wrong. You're going to get a strong output of that. But people could actually sit and debate that one versus you hoping that no one debates the other side. So, hopefully it's not malicious. Hopefully, listen, he got the spot. It's too late. And that it rocks out. You know, we'll be singing a different tune if 10, 15 years from now they're good. It was just gross to hear at first.
In 10, 15 years, it's going to be gross because she's going to leave him. I don't care what you say.
That's a huge opinion.
We're
going to go back to episode 15 when we're at probably episode 1500 and
she's
say
going to leave him. He's 46. She's
by
18.
then we'll be at episode 1500.
She's going to leave him. I'm telling you. Listen, the way she's talking, listen. And I'm pretty sure he's dealing with her so he can manipulate her and he can do what he want to do, play games and whatnot, and she won't question it. But I just hear She gonna leave his ass. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Does he have kids?
I'm pretty sure he does.
Does he have daughters? Because my thing is, I mean, yeah, we're not gonna always look up everything. Raise your daughters. Why do you need to well, I'm not telling you to manipulate the daughters, but I meant in a sense of if he feels he wants somebody to look up to him or view him a certain way, non-sexual, if he has daughters, just teach them how to be great women. And then, you know, this looks crazy if you have daughters, though. It's so many ways to break it down, because it's like, Saucy is so adamant on how does it look, respect and appearance, what's allowed, what looks like it's okay versus not. Because if he has daughters, unless he's keeping this a secret or away from them, you know what message he made an attempt to, and what does that do for them with them knowing this?
Embarrassment. That's an embarrassment, but I don't want to talk about it no more because, like I said, I have daughters and I have a 17-year-old, and I will be in jail. I'll be in jail.
Really emphasize the 17-year-old a couple times. I got you.
Because
they feel you though. They know they hear you.
Like what?
She wants you to really know that this hits home.
Anyway, next topic.
Which piggybacks right with this. Same thing, male-female scenarios. How young or how old do we expect our kids to do the birds and the bees? I try to keep it clean. You know what I'm saying. The beef and the taco. So it's hard, it's difficult to set a specific time, age. If you're dealing with a single mother, a family that has both mother and dad, or a single dad, which everybody's gonna say that's the least, right? Each of this is handled differently, because a single mom, especially if she has daughters, based on whatever she goes through and how solid she is, it might be disturbing to even begin to discuss it while they're under her care. Is that realistic? Maybe not. If she has sons, she may try to instill that same thing, but she'll just be like, probably, yeah, they're boys, they're gonna get busy.
I don't agree with that because it depends on the individual. If that mother is very vocal and sits down and talks to her children, and there's probably some mothers who are naive and feel like, and the reason I say this is because I've had, family members who didn't want to talk about it, didn't want to, put their child on birth control because they figured if they put them on birth control, they're going to have sex. That's going to entice them. If you don't talk about condoms, it'll make them have sex. If you don't talk about it, it's going to happen. If you talk about it, it's going to happen. You just need to educate them. Educate them.
Kind of gave you the alley-oop for that one.
Like, yeah.
I set it up for her to get it. I approached it at first kind of like, I was still using the energy off of how women are viewing the scenarios versus how men are, making that general versus the absolute situation that we at hand. So Saucy's correct. Educate. Go ahead.
Yes, because one thing I try not to be is naive. I know what age I was, and I hope and pray, I can hold off with them, but I still want to let them know. Like, listen, some of these people just want one thing. And once you give up that one thing,
you have something?
it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So you need to be very careful who you choose
I mean, I think it's a teach and learning lesson anyway, no matter how soon or later we can push off the inevitable, because we also need to teach them that as special as that moment is and how valid they should keep themselves as far as how they view themselves, that every experience doesn't make it the one. We also gotta say, you know, if you go through that and it was, you know, a boo-boo after, or it wasn't, you know what I mean, something, pay attention to signs directly after to know the difference between love and it just going down.
Lust. Because even as adults, we go through lust. We think it's love, and it's really lust. So, yeah, I feel like there's no age. It's all about how you present it to your children or child.
You can't get out of this easy. Okay, I agree that you can't say there's a set age, but we're gonna put our foot down, damn it. What is too young? We're not gonna say what's too old, because the longer they wait, the better. It's like gambling, like, while they was in my house, even up to after they left, they still waited a second. I got the heavenly God-fearing child. Versus, we ain't gotta go there. What is the youngest what is ages that's just unacceptable? Of course, we're not gonna say 10, 9, 8.
12.
Thank you. Because that we still have to hit a number. Because you're saying that there's no age.
12-year-olds who have had sex.
Well, I went to, anybody who know me around this time know I'm not capping. I went to Jamaica in my teenage years, probably 14. And I met a 14-year-old that had 2 kids already.
I remember when I was
Maybe it was more, but I've not seen 2.
sure she wasn't babysitting.
They said that woman wicked and drop out twice.
I know when I was younger, I knew of a 12-year-old who was already out, but she was developed like a 16-year-old. And I'm telling you, that whole milk is not good.
But milk period is a age range that where it's most effective and you're supposed to cut it off. I had a female in my elementary school, and that doesn't make me like these predators. I'm saying I was in elementary school too. And there was a fight, and one of the shorties in the fight was shaped, and I was like, is the student fighting the teacher? Because so a lot of them, they take after the genes and all of that. Whole milk, like she said, is you need to cut that in half. Cut that raw down.
1%.
So 12 is a no-no. I'm gonna keep going to see where you start to be a little bit less harsh on it, or less like, all right, I'll ease up. 12 is too soon. 13, too soon. Let me read your body.
I want you at least to be 18. I want you to at least.
13, you said 12. 12 through 18 is like the same type of energy. Yes. You feel because just as. My thing is,
you're still in high school. I want you to focus on school. Once you get in college, I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it. You're going to be in college. I've heard college. I haven't actually been to a college campus. I've been on online college. And I've heard colleges can get real crazy. So.
Suppose she go to college early because she graduated early. That kills your 18.
No, it doesn't. 18. And don't let me find out until after 18.
Oh, that's a different story then, because I'm like, don't get personal again. No, you be getting a little you still want 18 it to be.
I want it to be 18 it to be. And if it happens to be
before that,
and if you're in my household, because I'm
no, not me in the household. If she graduates early and she goes to college,
when you're having sex.
Do you like the sex girl?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. You are. Fuck was was I thinking?
So they can't lie to me. I know. And I'm not going to speak on it because I want them to know I know how I can tell. But I know. So, yeah, I want you to be at least 18, at least to learn a little something. But yeah, 13 is definitely too young, and 18, I want you to be at least 18. Am I going to be naive about it and think it can't happen? And this is where the parent has to come in and educate your child and be on top of your child, let them know. Focus on school. It's hard being a parent. And I say again, it takes a village to raise any child or children. If you have a good support system, turn to them, because these new and age kids, these 2000 and up children, I'm saying that because my first child was in 2004. So the 2000 up kids, they different. So you have to be on them. You have to talk to them. You have to educate them. And don't be naive. Like these kids are learning about human anatomy in 5th grade. So even if you don't want to talk about it, the school is talking about it. And they're getting to the nitty gritty. Penises and vagina and breasts and clitoris and all of that. So if you don't want to talk about it, they're going to find out about it. So.
I hope you keep that same energy for the male 12-year-olds, 13,
I am.
14.
Most definitely. I'm not.
But you gotta look at it like, what's the other parents doing on the other side? So when you have a child that's 12, 13, 14, and you go, this is too soon, whoever's influencing them to do it, what is going on that side? Because it starts somewhere. Because if everybody was on it like you with the 12, 13, 14, then it would cut it down. So now we have to worry. So now if you have a daughter and she's 14, let's per se, we're not going to jump into the 12. We're going to say 14, and she knows a boy that's 14, 15. Then see what's dangerous, and it's sad to have to put this narrative about age difference, but if the guy is a year or so older, most likely he went in already. So he's going to influence the daughter.
My thing is 2. 14 and 14, he only wants one thing. That's it. He's not looking for a relationship. He's not looking to get married to you. He's 14. If he's already experienced, he only wants one thing. Especially if you tell him you're a virgin. That's like men hear, or people hear that woman have sex here, oh, you're a virgin. Oh my God, it's like, it's a prize to them.
Not if you hold it and have to penetrate that, my bad. Continue.
But yeah, and that's what I'm like, they're only gonna want one thing. That's it. And once they're done with you, they get that, that's it. You can't take it back. So I'd rather them be 18 or maybe older so they can understand it better.
So would you trust and be on them more if you have a 14-year-old that has a 14-year-old boy that they're talking to, and we find out through real facts, as much as believable as possible, that he hasn't experienced that yet? So do you feel like it'll go slow going towards that direction of that versus someone who's done it already?
I believe so. Especially if they both virgins, yes. Because they like, okay.
We're gonna get the narrative that we're gonna want it first, though.
You think so?
If they're both 14 and we're both virgins,
so,
who you think is going to think about it first? Who gets blamed?
No. I don't think. I'm going off of this because when it happened to me, I wasn't experienced. The person was experienced, and I'm pretty sure when it happened to you, that person was experienced. You wasn't experienced, so you didn't have 2 virgins. You wasn't 2 virgins. It was always somebody who was experienced before you, right?
Good night.
Okay.
She got it.
So
how could she know that?
Because we talk. He told me this. So yeah, I don't see 2 virgins pursuing each other to have sex. I don't see it. especially if they both in school, dedicated in sports, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Usually an experienced person, that's the only thing they worried about right now. They done got their little rocks off. They looking to see what the next person they can get their rocks off with.
And it's equal across the board, because if they both virgins and they both have friends that have gone there already, it's the same equality. So if the daughter has female friends who's already gotten busy, they're gonna influence or put their 2 cents in. If the guys have gotten it in, they're gonna do the same thing to the guy. So this is the best type of scenario. If we can control this climate at all, we would want them both to be virgins. Because the interaction with a guy or a girl or whoever you like will happen sometime in high school. At the latest, we hope, but there's some type of liking and interactions that will occur. So it's best if they're both virgins, yes. I agree with that being the most comfortable but still gotta watch scenario. So I don't know, maybe we have to throw in the fact that there's parents that gotta work 20-hour shifts, 15, 16-hour shifts. Does work get in the way of protecting our kids as far as when it comes to these type of things? Sex too early. Because some of that you can charge to that. If you see that the kid, the guy or the girl or whoever's in the scenario, the 2 individuals, and one is being influenced slightly because he's not or they're not a virgin. Again, does the factor of work get in the way of that? That doesn't mean we just turn the cheek completely, but can we kind of understand that to a certain level? What do we do to make sure that we're on top of this still? You don't have anything? I'm saying the working, if the job gets in the way.
I think if it's a single parent home, it definitely would. If it's a 2-parent home, I don't think it would. If there's one parent who's always going to be home, or vice versa, when this person goes to work, that one's home, and then the next person goes to work, someone's home, I don't think that it will be. But if it's just a one single parent home, and that parent is never there, and that child has the freedom to do what they want to do, most definitely.
So we hoping and praying on a 2-parent home, because if work gets in the way a lot, and if someone's home, we can still prevent early intervention.
This is where it goes back to, it takes a village to raise children and a child. If you're a single parent, get an aunt that makes sure that holds that child down, and this is where it goes back to talking to that child. Talking to that child or children. You have to be communicating with them. You have to talk to them. You can't be naive. You can't.
But you gotta try more than just that, because again, if you working all of these hours, when you do chop it with your kid, they can just be frustrated or just give you the short tail version of it because you're never there. You see what happened, and not to expose it, but we gonna tell what we watch. You see in 911 how Angela Bassett had the issue with her kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they're model parents. Like whatever image has been shown, and I know it's television, but whatever's been shown is as if they do for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So look at that scenario. I mean, fortunately, that's not this topic, but you see how he's lashing out.
He's lashing out because that's something totally different. I don't think if that ever would have happened to him, he would be fine.
That is a whole different scenario. It was just an example to show that they tried, but she worked so hard. So is it a punishment to grind so hard to try to have a better life for
blamed
your
her
kids?
because if she wasn't a police officer and she didn't have arrested him, he wouldn't have came for her. That's what he's saying. Other than that, he's a good child. Look at her daughter. Her daughter is good. Excellent. You know. So
yeah. Well, then that's not straight. We can wrap it up with the whole. Just try to monitor your kids best as you can. Have real conversations. Hopefully, a time away earning $1 doesn't really affect. Are you okay over here? It's the first time we're seeing.
Ooh.
Took a sip?
Yeah, the bubble went down the wrong something. Alright, time to wrap it up.
So, monitor and try to do your best. With the time away from home because of work, try to interact every free moment outside of that to make sure that you can keep that connection and maybe grab a hold of this whole early sex prevention. And like I said, like Saucy said, it's on both sides. We want both our kids, all our kids, girl on boy, boy on boy, boy on girl, girl on girl, whatever it is to be safe and not to be influenced and peer pressured into things that parents would rather not hear about so early in their life. You have such a long life to live, this generation, like she said, 2000s and up, that we need to wait, have patience. You'll get to live life, promise you that. Till the next time, we out of here. Peace.